road this morning, heading over to the Sebring area to do our second scan with the XGRIDS PortalCAM. And I've been driving here just for a little bit, and it made me think about the first scan. So the first scan that I did was in my home office, and I realized just actually this morning, because I've been walking through when I get to the job, how I'll set things up and what I need to get scanned. So I'm walking through this in my head, and I realized that when I initialized the camera, the XGRIDS PortalCAM, I did not set it like on a flat surface, and everything I've seen just when we purchased the camera, or just prior to that, even watching the videos like from Indiana Drones and Rock Robotic, the XGRIDS portal itself, like the XGRIDS YouTube channel, it all talks about the initialization. So I'll make sure that today I start with that, and I'll get some footage of that when I do. So a little bit about this project. It is for a client of ours. We're actually remodeling this location on top of adding an addition on the side, and that's where a lot of our focus today is. A lot is on the addition that's on the side of the building, and I'll take some reference measurements to compare back to the digital twin from some steel columns and lengths and widths of the building, that type of thing, just to check for confirm accuracy, that type of thing. So it should be fun. Should be a good day today, and I'm sure I'll learn something, and I hope that it helps you in your day-to-day and activities. All right, see you in a little bit. All right, so here we are. We're at the job site. Give you some bearings here. So here's the main store itself. Here's the liquor store here. This is the main store, and then this is actually the OGP expansion here, the online grocery pickup. So it's about a 5,000 square foot addition that we added on the side of the building. So we're going to be. This is what we're mainly going to be focusing on today, is doing a scan of that building. So I'm gonna go ahead and get. I'd already checked the area for like any openings that falling and trip hazards, that type of thing. There's a few areas inside where some columns are, where we left out some concrete, because when we get in there, we'll be using the XGRIDS PortalCAM, and we're going to be looking at that, and we're going to be falling in any holes and tripping over anything. So, all right, so I went ahead and I've got the Osmo Pocket 3 set up over there next to that trailer. Here's going to grab the XGRIDS PortalCAM. I'll set that right up here. Here's the PortalCAM itself. I'm going to pull this out. Let's go ahead and get this on a level surface as we can. I think this is, there we go. All right. Go ahead and get this. Put the ring on. It's just like a cold shoe mount, so this should be pretty straightforward. So you can see that here. Cold shoe mount. Tighten that up. And then your phone can sit right there on that. So let's go ahead and fire up the app. Turn this on. So this is the mistake I made before. So here's the battery. Do one press and then a second press, and you'll see the lights start to move and it's starting to come online. So we'll wait to let that initialize. Something there on my screen. And let's go ahead and put our scanner there. LCC scan. Should go ahead and I can probably put the rest of this away. So I've got a green light there in the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and enter into this. It says connecting. I'm going to join. Go ahead and put the rest of the XGRIDS kit away. Alright, so it's connecting to Wi-Fi. So again, I'm going to walk back and forth. Alright, and right now we are, so it says portrait, night, indoor, nature. I'm going to go ahead and use nature to see how that turns out. We got 441 gigabytes here, 75% on the battery it looks like. So let's see how nature should, I take it that means exterior, so initializing. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to grab it here, and it's rolling. You can see that there, it's rolling. I'm going to go ahead and I can already see the paint cloud painting. So it says speed too fast, so I slowed down a little bit. So I'm walking too fast apparently. So I got a hold of it, and I'm going to go over this way. We're going to change the angle on the Osmo Pocket 3 so that we can pick up all this scan here. Let's go this way. That way you can, there we go. Alright. So I'm going to, got some moving vehicles here, so I'm going to try and get this part done here before that vehicle comes back. Outside here. Try and get ahead of him here. Get this back side. Wow, you can, oh, it says too fast, need to slow down. So I'm going to slow down here a little bit. So I'm about just under a meter a second, so basically, yeah, I gotta keep under a meter a second, it looks like. Try and paint here a little bit. Come around this back side. So you probably can't see me anymore on the Osmo Pocket 3, but I am here. Over here, come across here, more in the shade. See if that changes the quality at all. Here to there. So just scan the rest of this. Going over to this side. Scan this here. Alright, that's that area. Let's come back around this way. Paint a little bit here too, like go up and down with it. You can probably see me again on the Osmo Pocket 3. So I'm just kind of going painting up and down with it just to make sure I get all those points nice and populated. You spin back around this way. Get the rest of the yard here. All right, go back up through here. Speed too fast again. Let's go here again. How you doing there?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, it's a LiDAR scanner.
Oh.
But it's a little different in that it actually does imaging too. So it takes the point cloud and it actually puts an image with it also. So it's actually will be measurable and stuff. So we're testing it out. We want to see how useful it really is. Try to build a digital twin of the actual expansion and stuff. So but you can actually see you got the visible.
Yeah.
And you actually, I know it's a little tough to see, but you actually have the point cloud part of it too. And all of those are intelligent data points. So I'm going around and moving it up and down.
Just gathering more and more data.
Just gathering more and more data, yeah. So it's new to us. We're just trying it out and see how it works. So
nifty.
Yeah, pretty stoked about it. I switched it over to indoor mode because we're going to go inside here. And here's our opening. Let's get a good paint on the front of this building again real quick. Again, when I'm saying painting, I picked that up from Harrison at Indiana Drones. So I don't know if it was the right term or not, but it's essentially painting the like you would with a ruler or a paintbrush, kind of painting up and down. So we have a door opening that's going to be going, a sliding door that's going to be going here. So we're getting some good data on that. Let's move inside. So that eventually, those doors will be where it opens up into the store itself for the associates to go in between the online grocery pickup. I'm just going to go right here. Just trying to stand relatively in a same spot. There's Aaron, that's our famous superintendent there. Very great guy. Really good man. So I'm gonna start walking this way. I'm watching where I'm walking to because I've got some areas that are wet. There's no roof on this yet. Walk around this way. Come back around here. I went ahead and set up a couple of different, I got one other camera here. This is the Action 5 there. Go ahead and paint this way. And I'm thinking with this, I'm going to do one just kind of wandering around. And then I'm going to do another one. I'll bring the Osmo in here, Pocket 3, and do more of a grid type pattern. See how that turns out versus this here. Put this in down here. Oops, tell me to slow down. Okay. Come down to this here. Coming through here, back along this wall. And I think maybe the best way to do this is just use the control joints. In the concrete here, the control joints themselves are typically about 15 feet on center. So when I come back in to scan this a second time, I'll use those. So let me go move the Osmo Pocket 3 and we'll do more of a grid pattern on this. go ahead and move our Osmo Pocket 3. I think what I'll do is let's put it right about here. I'll tell you, let's put it over here in the corner, and then I'll scan all the way around, following these control joints as a point of reference. I think that's going to be my best bet here. Let's do it that way. Okay, so Osmo's rolling, Nano's rolling. Let's check this one over here. Yep, we're still rolling there. Yeah, perfect. Let's take this, move it like here, and sit like that. No, let's move that here. There we go. So that's recording that. So let's go ahead and paint. Can't get that word out of my head, paint. Let's scan. All right. It's going to reconnect now. So this time, I'm going to follow the grid lines, the control joints. So technically they're actually saw cut joints. But so we're in indoor mode. I'm going to go ahead and I'm against the back wall here. Well, the side wall, I should say, but my back's against the wall, and I'm going to literally walk along this joint, and as I'm walking, I'm going to paint, like up and down, like this. Going through the cooler area here. I'm right about like 0.75, 0.8 meters per second. Of course, I got a wheelbarrow in the way. I should have planned for that, but I'll hold my camera off over the joint. Come to this wall. Now I'm going to make my transition over to this control joint that's in the center. Hold for a second. Scan. Of course, there's the scissor lift. Yeah, so right at 1 meter per second is when it starts to go red that I'm going too fast. So I'm gonna go to the side here, go back on a saw cut joint here. And this is all done in one pour, that's why it's effectively a saw cut joint. Again, this is about a 5,000 square foot addition, plus or minus. Okay, gonna paint. I think what I should probably do when I get to these, maybe stop for a second and just scan like this. I'm saying when I get to like these end wall locations. I think there's a certain angle too that you can only go up to. I saw in a video about that. Over to this joint. Again, just like painting like up and down. Make sure I get a good solid point cloud here. Okay, and then let's go this way. I'll walk it through. I'm right at about like 0.8 meters a second, almost 0.9. So I'm gripping it with 2 hands now, and it seems to maybe be a little more steady. It does start to get a little bit heavy here as you hold it out away from your body. So it gets a bit wimpy, I think. Need to get some more grit. All right. Again, just kind of painting up and down. Got one more joint here along the wall that we'll go over and walk that one here momentarily. There's the leave outs for the columns. All right, let's see what kind of detail we can get like here. That is like, this is a nice little pocket area. And even like in behind that. Let's see how that turns out. Nice little test case there. Come over here. Column there. Water hydrant. This is the old compactor door. Compactor door itself. Top. Alright, just continue it along this line. It's probably the fill port. For the old disposal, I'm sorry, the removal port. Coming this way, back this direction. We got that there. I do want to check here and see how far is too far when I angle it. So I feel like it hasn't told me that yet that it's out of angle, so maybe it's I go too high. No? Okay, there it goes. Yeah, okay, it's the little angle meter showing up for a second there. Maybe you can see it. Let me try that again so you can pick it up on my. All right. Angle too large. Affects scan quality. How about down? Okay, I think we're 41% battery. We're down to 432 gigabytes. This is a pretty solid scan there. Let's work our way back to the opening. And then I'm going to take some measurements. And then we'll compare that speed. So too fast again. And we'll compare the measurements I take with a laser to what we see in the digital twin. Something else useful too is to get these out here. These the locations. These are the foundations for the canopy. There's a canopy that goes out here. Just definitely want to get those. See how they compare to back against the drawing. And we'll paint the outside here a little bit. See what we got there. And then we'll meld those models together. merge them together and see how that, I haven't done that yet, so we'll see how that works out. So, and then maybe back outside here, just tie everything together. See how helpful that is. We'll see. All right, gonna step back inside and we'll finish this up scan wise. Okay, here we go. Gonna press the button, hold, stop current scan. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go ahead now, move the Osmo Pocket 3. Still saving, so it's at 45%. Let's move the Osmo Pocket 3. Let's move this bad boy. Move it over here. So a couple things I'm going to do is let's get some good reference reference dimensions. So I'm thinking get between these two middle columns here. We'll do that opening. So let's do this. So let's go ahead and take some measurements. Okay. So for the opening, let's just do right about chest high. We've got 12 foot and 23/30 seconds. I think you'll be able to pick that up. And then on the height side, I'll tell you what, let's go dead in the middle, close to it. By 8 foot 9/16. Now let's just go inside to inside on these steel columns. About 27 foot 6 and 5/30 seconds. And then let's find if we can find. So the block measurements will be a little tougher because so let's find a smooth surface here and we'll shoot back towards the existing building, see what we have for an overall. So 39 foot 3/8 of an inch in depth, and then for the length of the building we'll just go inside to inside. Let's see what we have here. Trying to line that up. A 100 foot 9 and a 32nd. Just for fun here, real quick. Just thinking about it here. All right, so here, let's just do from a center line of pipe to the wall. Yeah, let's see what I'm doing here. Center line of pipe. About 11 and a 32nd. On the back of that, let's try again. Okay, it's right at about 11 inches, so we'll see how that measurement turned out. Okay, I think we're in good shape. So we scanned the outside. We took the XGRIDS PortalCAM. We scanned the outside. It was about a 6-minute video, and that was on the nature setting. We came inside to the OGP expansion, and we scanned the inside on the indoor setting. Although for that second scan of the inside, we did walk the outside on indoor setting too. So let's see how that turns out. But excited to get back and see how all this looks. All right, so we're just pulling out of this job over here. We went and did our second scan on. Actually, I think it went relatively smooth. We'll see how the output is after we get it processed, and I think we ended up with 5 scans total. 1 on the outside, and actually, I'm sorry, 4 scans total. So 1 on the outside, about 6 minutes long, and the rest on the inside. I think overall it was about 25. I think we did about 25 gigs. I think I may be a little high. Maybe only 20 gigs. But we'll see. We'll check it when we get back and start processing some of that. But it was good seeing Aaron again. One of our super has been with us for quite some time, and just on top of it, just a really good person too. So it's nice connecting with him and talking a little bit. So I'm gonna head back to the house and download these files and start getting it processed. So just gonna start heading back.